Okay, today we're going to talk about how to find direction using the stars, the moon, planets, whatever. Basically, you can use any of them because they all rotate from east to west. I apologize for the neighbor's dog barking and my dogs. And basically, it's a quick, easy way for you to do it. If you're out and your compass breaks or electricity fails, I've got both of these on today just to show you. I believe in technology. I've got a compass watch and a GPS watch. I believe in technology, but all that stuff will fail. So I think going back to basics, stuff I learned when I was in the military years ago, such as this first one that we're going to show you, is called the stick and string method. And what it basically will do is give you, you're using it as kind of a shadow stick. As you can see right here, we already have a shadow line here. It's later in the evening. And I was going to try to do this during the nighttime yesterday and last night and show you, but my camera phone isn't enough to get the stars on, so you can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm doing it during the day, and we're going to go for the illusion using this piece of paper as a star and show you how we do it. But you can see by looking at that how the shadow stick works. You do the same thing with this. So basically what you do is you want to find a stick that's probably about 5 foot long. The reason for this is you're going to stick it in the ground at an angle after you look up and find an area like you see behind me in the trees where you can do a touchdown distance. Basically put your arms up. If there's a distance about what a touchdown would be, looking at them with your arms, that's the area that you're going to use to find a star in. You might find 3 or 4 or 5 stars. Try to pick the brightest one and one in the center, so that as you track it, it doesn't go into the trees before you can actually get your east-west line. So basically what you do is you lay down, and I've already done this last night, so I'm just going to go back over it. I'm not actually going to lay down, but you put your head here, stretch your body out. You pull this down to your temple, and you will look through the string, and you find your star up there, and you line it up in the center. Now, last night when I did it, the string is pretty thick. It covered the whole star. But that's fine, as long as it covers it, you're on point, just like using crosshairs on a gun or any other sighting device. You keep the line straight on the star or the planet because they move east to west. So you run that line down after you look through it with your laying on your back, and then you put your first stick in. That's what I did here. That's going to be your west line. Okay, that's going to be your first markings towards the west. Then what you'll do is you'll wait about 15, 20, 30 minutes. You'll have to move around again. Keep an eye on that star. Don't lose that star. If there's several stars up there, you want to make sure you keep sight of that star. And then you'll reacquire that star, or just stay down in the prone or supine position and reacquire it. And that's what I did here. So I reacquired it again, and it moved now. And that is my east line. So first one was west, this is east. So now I've got 2 points. I marked them by using the string. You want a string that's going to reach the ground. You can use 2 bootlaces. You can use a shorter stick, but a 5-foot stick's most appropriate. Now that you have these, you're going to have, this is your west-east line. Your first mark is always going to be your west point because the stars and moon and heavenly bodies all rotate east to west. So your first mark is always your west point. Then this is your second one is your east point. Just like this line is showing here, you can do a shadow stick at night with a full moon and do the same thing we're doing here. But you would do this if you could not find a moon or they were covered and you only had some stars or planets. You can do this. Now, a little proviso on that: you cannot do this with the planets that circle the North Star. Well, you got there's 6 that you have to worry about: Draco, Cassiopeia, Big Dipper, Little Dipper, 2 other ones. I'll put them up at the end of this video and show you what they are. But you don't have to worry about that, because if you can find those, you'll find the North Star, and that's the best navigational point you can find. So those, I'm just giving that proviso that you don't want to use those because they circle counterclockwise around the North Pole. North Star, so you can't use those. Any other heavenly bodies you can use. You can use the moon, you can use any of the planets, any of the stars that circle, and you can do this technique. So now, to show you, we've got an east to west line. I'm going to put on my compass and show you that. And you can see right here that, turn my watch here so you can see. And there you go. So that's west and that's east. You can see I've got the compass right. It's pretty accurate, as you can see looking at that, and then looking at that. That's west and that's east according to the watch. Now, a simpler one for you. I brought this compass out just to show you. Old school, little cheap compass here. And you can see how accurate that was last night, just putting that on there. There's my east-west line, and you can see. So And if you want to know, okay, now I can know where south is or where north is. So my daughters had a question that, well, how do you know? You got two lines there. You know that's west, east. I'm saying, well, you have to think of it as looking at yourself, looking at a map of the United States, knowing that the Great Lakes and Canada are up north. And if you were standing there on that map looking northward, the east coast would be on your right and the west coast would be on your left. So you can always think that in your mind and easily know which direction you're facing. So basically with that in mind, you know that where I'm standing is south, where my wife who's filming is north, without even having this compass, by just doing these west-east lines here. So that's one way you can do it. There is also another easier way that you can do it. Okay. The reason I got this double stick is you can use what's called a Y branch like this. This is called the we call it turds. The military call it turds, but it's really LURDS. It's left up, right down. And basically what it is it's a quick, easy way for you to get direction by just using a basic stick with a Y branch in it. You can use two sticks lined up, one shorter on the ground and one higher on the ground. And basically what you're gonna do is you get down on your back, put a stick like this between your legs, stick it in the ground stationary. And you're gonna find a star up there, and you're gonna wanna get a star that's in between here somewhere, okay? And you're gonna watch that star. Now, granted, let me try to redo this right here. Picture it as being straight up and down, okay? Now, you're watching that star, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna have to sit in this position, you know, on your back. The stick is gonna be stationary, and you're gonna watch that star or planet and see which way it moves. And there's a simple acronym to that. So basically, it's called, you know, LURDS. It's left, up, right, down. And what does that mean? Okay, well, let's start with direction, okay? So if where my wife is and you're watching this, it's facing, and this starts to go this direction, okay? And most planets go east to west, so you know now that you're facing south. So if it goes to the right, to your right, so here's your planet, and it moves to your right, across your stick line or whatever, it moves to your right, then that means that you are facing south. If you see the star and or planet and it's in your view like this, and it goes to the left and off your area or off to the side, or however long you watch it, then that means you're facing north. So it's an easy way to get north and south, and you need to do east and west of that. So now, if you're facing at it and your planet comes like this, and you see it here, and it starts low, and it comes up, and it's early in the evening, it's coming out of the east, and it will come up like this through your stick. It won't go left or right. If you see the planet and it's up here, and it starts going down like this in your stick, well, then you know you're facing west. And then I could confuse you with the variance of that, but basically you can go southeast, southwest by, you know, if the planet's going up and to the right or up and to the left or whatever, you can get southeast. It's pretty easy to understand once you get the basics down. So the ones you want to know, and I'll leave at the end of this video, is that if it goes like this and goes to your right, like so, you're facing south. If it goes to the left, you're facing north. And again, if it goes up, you're facing east. If it goes down, you're facing west. It's just a simple, easy way for you to get directions quickly within 15 to 20 minutes, because you're gonna wanna take your measurements. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was talking about the string stick method, but it usually takes, from your first westerly measurement that you get, it usually takes another 15, 20 to 30 minutes to get your secondary east measurement. This way is relatively quick. If you watch it and you get just even a slight move between the sticks, you can pretty much know which direction you're facing, and you can carry this stick with you. I did an extra long one because I wanted to use it for both videos, but you can use something this short down here like this and do the same thing, because it's going to be between your legs, basically stuck in the ground. And it's a quick way for you to get direction by using that. Again, if you're watching it and it goes to the right, you're right. That would be you watching right now. Okay, you're facing south. If it goes to the left, you're facing north. If it comes up and at you, you're facing east. If it goes away and down, you're facing west. It's a quick way, and you guys can, like I say, pretty much get the southwest, southeast by if it's going up, down, and I'm gonna put little cards on the end of it. You can practice it. I don't want to confuse you with that. But if you get the main measurements down, you should pretty much know how to use it. And the reason you want to use this is if you say, for example, you're out camping or hunting or anywhere back when me and my wife have been to the different places like, the River of No Return Wilderness. We've been to Colorado, to some crazy places, and Bob Marshall areas, any of those places where you're out in the middle of the wilderness and something goes wrong, you have to know where a major road is near your area, whether it be a logging road or whatever. So when you get to that site, know that there's a road, a major road, left or right or whatever of that area, so that you can just, and that southeast of there or west of there or whatever, and you can walk to it if you get lost. That's just why you want to know this stuff, so you're not stranded out there and you can do this at night. I'm going to talk about the moon also. The moon, if it's a full moon, you can use a shadow stick like we're doing here. So let's say, for example, this is the sun going down. The sun and the moon do the same exact thing, basically. They transverse the same arc. They do the same thing on the earth. The problem is the sun travels a little bit different. It travels more northerly during the summer, and the moon travels the opposite of that, so it travels more southerly during the summer. If you remember that, like everyone knows that in the summer the sun is directly above them, so that's more northerly. So the sun's traveling more southerly. More northerly, because it's directly overhead. The moon is the opposite of that, and it's going to be southerly. So you use your stick, and just like here, now we know that's the easterly direction. It's late in the evening, the sun's about ready to set, and we can use that as our variance. And same thing at night with the moon, you can use the shadow of a stick. Usually you want something 2 to 3 feet tall to do it properly, and you can use the moon. The other thing I'll put some pictures in of at the end, if you've got a crescent moon, whether it's a waxing or waning, you take the 2 points of the top and the tip and you draw a line down horizontally, imaginary line, down to the earth or the horizon, and that is basically south on either side of that. Now I'll put some pictures of that in the end of this video to show you how it's done. But if you learn this LURDS, it's a really good thing, left, up, right, down. It's an easy way for you to learn all 4 quadrants without having a compass, so that if you do get lost, or your nice GPS watch battery goes dead and you can't charge it, or your watch goes out and you can't do anything with that, you can get around. I believe in technology, but you also have to have the basics. I'm not a total bushcrafter where I don't rely on any of this. I do take this, but you have to have a backup plan. You have to have another way of navigating. So that's my class on this. I'll add some stuff at the end of it about the moon and about that. But again, if you remember those things I taught you, if it goes to the right, you're facing south. If it goes to the left, you're facing north. That'll help you out a lot. And what the planets all rotate, east to west, so to help you get your direction and get yourself out of a bad situation. Thanks for watching.